Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to another Webflow Workshop. I'm your host, Nelson. Thank you all for joining me this week. It was a long weekend for the people in the US, so welcome back to a new week. Hopefully, you had a great weekend, rested up, and ready to get started. For this workshop, I wanted to do another recreation. And as you probably know, if you follow my Twitter stream or you just see me around on the internets, I love sci-fi UI, sci-fi movie UI, and video game UI, and I always try to recreate that inside of websites. And now with Webflow, it made it much easier to just do that faster. Now, I'm not a fan of motion graphics as in like building it, because to me that takes a long time to get like 5 seconds of film and doing it in like After Effects or something and moving each keyframe. That is really tough for me to fall in love with. But all the people who do that in the industry of filmmaking, you guys are awesome. You guys just get at it. But when it comes to doing it, that's not my thing. But you can kind of do it in Webflow. And because Webflow, you can create designs really fast and without coding, it makes it more fluid and more fun, in my opinion. It still takes some time, but it's not as much time as having to do it in, say, After Effects or something like that, and, hours upon hours just to get 5 seconds of film done, So, before we get started on the topic, as always, I want to say thank you to the chat room, to the people who are in the live chat room right now. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day just to watch the live stream. So, Alex, welcome. Thank you for being a community expert and being in the chat room helping mod, as well as Michael. Nita's back. Alexandra. Riley's back. Anna's back. Jason, what's up? And some Darmud and Nav, yeah. And some new people like Oed and Petro. Thank you guys for stopping by. So let me show you this website. It's called hudsandguis.com. If you're not familiar with it, it's a great site that does studies on motion graphics. Okay, and this one in particular, The Martian. Big fan of space exploration. A big fan of this movie, and when I saw this article, I was like, this part right here could definitely be a simple web page layout. I want to recreate this. And experimenting with Webflow is going to help you, even if it's not for a paid project, it'll still help you learn stuff you haven't learned before, because it'll stretch your mind thinking, oh, I want to get this part doing some crazy thing, but how? And so it makes you research, because it's just a fun new thing to do. So always experiment with Webflow and just do it for fun. All right, so here's what I'm talking about. There's this video right here. It was like a viral video that they're trying to get out. And so, here, I can't full screen it. There you go.
I was hoping we could start with some
Where's the UI that comes
what
up?
you were thinking during your isolation.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, there
well,
it goes.
I can do better than that. I can tell you exactly.
See how that
what I
came
was
in?
thinking.
So I'm not going to recreate it
what I-
exactly,
Sure, yeah. Well, I can do better. Sure, yeah. Well, I can do
but
better than
it's
that.
so cool. And if you just break it down, so let me pop it up real quick. So if you break it down into flexbox, it becomes easier. Think about it. You got a background video going. You have 3 columns. And then right here is a pattern grid. Right here is a photo, some data, some icons. And it seems, simple. I think you can do this in Webflow. And so that's what I was thinking over the weekend. And I said, let me try it. And here's what I came up with. Martian. And there we go. And let me put the link in the chat room. So it's not exact. I know I can go even further, but this is what I've done in an hour. So you can do so much with Flexbox and make it seem like a sci-fi UI. So all it is just loading interactions with the loading trigger. Okay, so this is what I'm going to recreate for you guys. And let's get started. If you have any questions while I'm going through it, just post it on the live chat room and I'll answer it. Okay, so this is what we'll be recreating. Okay, so again, we're breaking it down, 3 columns in Flexbox, background video, then the rest is just small little CSS styles. It's simple but effective, and that's what I love about this screen grab right here. Okay, and man, if someone can send me this costume to wear one day just to feel like an astronaut, oh my god, I would love that. Oh, I would wear it during the stream, and it would be a dream. Anyways, our Walker says, cool, missed a little of the talking clip from a video. Missed a little of this. Are you taking a clip from a video and adding it to the homepage? No, I'm recreating the screen grab, but also putting a background video. So here's the video again. So go right here.
Sure, yeah.
See how that loads in?
Sure, yeah. Well, I can do better than that. I can.
And
tell you
so the
exactly
actual one I'm
thinking.
going to be
I feel like I got
doing
some
is
of the
where's
more
his?
important questions, and not the answers.
And I like this actor right here. Nope.
I say, all right, well, kid, Paul a whale, and you're not going to stop the.
Martinez.
Where is he? Him.
Really
Yeah.
thinks he's funny.
He's
Sometimes
hilarious
I
to
have
me.
movies in my head. Let me see what's on. Goodfellas. All right. Hey, what's in the trunk? What's in the trunk?
Come on.
Yeah.
Show the UI.
Joe Pesci was amazing.
Lewis is.
All right, so here we go. Enough watching. Let's do this. Okay, so first thing I want to do is upload the 2 images. I already did that. I have the grid pattern and the photo. Okay, all I did was take the photo from the screen grab and just cropped it out of the screen grab. And this is the screen grab right here. Let me just here. Yes, you'll be able to clone my project at the end. So there's a screen grab, transparent textures. So there's this one website where I get some transparent patterns from, or textures. This is a great site and really, really useful. Okay, so here we go. So I already uploaded my texture and my image. Let's go to town. So first thing I'm going to do is let's go ahead and put a background video, because that's the background is going to be video is going to be the whole thing. So let's go ahead and upload that video. Okay, so while it's transcoding, I can go ahead and manipulate the video however I want. So let's call it BG video. Okay, and let's set the height to 100 VH. What is VH? VH is viewport height. Okay, so it takes over the whole viewport. So while it's transcoding, I can still go with it. I can still edit it. So I'm gonna set this to flexbox, and yeah, inside of this, I want to put 3 columns. So 3 div blocks. 1, 2, 3. Copy paste right there. And this one we're gonna call it main, because that's the main thing. That's gonna have that grid. All right. So actually, one more thing on the background video, we need some padding. So let's go ahead and add some padding, say 20 on all the sides. Cool. And this main, that's going to have that grid. So we want to expand it all the way. Okay. So that's the main. And this one, we're just going to say data column. Okay. Or data call. And that's going to expand as well. And this is going to be data call as well. It's going to expand. There we go. So now we have 3 columns equal. Okay. They're equal size. But this main one right here needs to be bigger. If I show you the grid or the layout, this one is way bigger than the second one, and the second one's bigger than this one. So this should be, say, 3 times as big. This one's only 2, and that's only 1, right? So with this sizing, I can go to this cog right here and make it bigger. Probably, yeah, 4? Yeah, let's go 4. And so now these squish down. And let's see here. Can this be 2? There we go. And this should only be... Oh, whoops. Let's make this data call small. There, give it a combo class. And this should only be 1. There we go. Something like that. Cool. See, now that we have our 3 columns, we're off to the races. And now here, I'm going to set my background to the grid that I uploaded. Okay. And that grid is way, way, way too prominent. So I'm going to go ahead and set the effects to opacity. Let's just make it subtle. Okay. Something like that. And so if I view it, we're already, look at that. We're almost there already. We have that subtle grid. And with this subtle grid, we want to make it more motion graphic-y, you know? There's a load trigger, and then it kind of zooms into place somehow. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to go to this objects panel right here, add an interaction. We're going to call it load 1. And the initial appearance of this guy could be scaling up to, let's say, like that. A little bit more. And so with animations, you always want to be subtle because a lot of the subtle things makes a huge impact, okay? And so we're going to start the opacity at 0, set the trigger to load, and the scale is going to be set to 1, and the opacity is going to be set to, oh, not 100, 35. And wait for the assets to load. Actually, let's go ahead and put a wait timer as well. So I'm going to put a wait timer of, say, 500 milliseconds. Drag that up. So what's going to happen is the page is going to load, and then this interaction is going to wait for 500 milliseconds, and then it's going to do the trigger. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to preview. And see, it's very subtle. Okay, cool. I like it. Let's keep going. Also on this guy, it has this orange line. So what I can do is I can just add an orange line. How can I do that? I think we'll add an orange line to the data call right here. Okay, so let's add one. Let's give some margin, say 20 pixels. There we go. And inside of it, let's have 10 pixels on each side for the padding. Border on the left is going to be like a dark orange. Let's make it more sci-fi with a dotted line. Dotted or dashed? Let's do dashed. It's more prominent, you can see it. And so when I go like this, oh yeah, looking good. Okay, cool. So that's that. And now what's the next thing we got to do? We got to go ahead and play around with the photo. So let's go ahead and put a photo. Easily enough, drag that in. Okay, and we're going to call this photo. So that way we can give it a width of 100%. And, oh, okay, because there's a padding right here. Let's remove the padding on that side. There we go. It's huge. Let's make this bigger. There we go. How about we just remove this? Just playing around with the sizing for now, the flexbox sizing. And notice I'm not playing around with percentages, I'm playing with the flexbox sizing. So that way you always have a grid, and you're letting the computer figure out the percentages for you, okay? Rather than having to put it in yourself. There we go, that looks better. But the sizing on the side looks off. Why? Oh, it's because of 20 pixel in this. Okay, here. There we go. Cool. Moving on. This photo needs a bottom margin because the next piece is the name. So let's go ahead and put the name. Let's put a piece of text here. We're going to say, oh, yeah. What's his name? What's his name? Forgot. There we go. Rick Martinez. This actor is really good in my opinion. He's funny, especially in Ant-Man. Rick Martinez. Okay, so we're gonna call this name and make sure that it is bold, all caps, and a little bit big. There we go. Make sure it's block, yep. And we'll say this is 10. Cool. All right. Next, we're gonna have like a bunch of data. Okay, so we're gonna do a div block, and we're gonna call this data flex. Okay, and why data flex is because I'm gonna set this to flexbox because I want a equal two column of data. If you look here, this is one column and this is one column. All right. So in this data flex, they all have a border at the top. And it's like a dark line, and it has probably like 10 pixels margin and then 10 pixels padding top. And in there we have a text block, and this one's going to be like what is it, employee number or something? Yeah, employee ID. Employee ID. It's way too big. Let's fix this typography down to like 10. All caps. Oop. There we go. Yep, that's good. Paste. Okay, these need. We're just gonna call this data because I want it to expand. So I can copy and paste, and now I have a, let's make that smaller. I have a perfect 2 column. There we go. And then we can just be like, any random number. There we go. Cool. So copy, paste, 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 paste. And see, we're already going at it. Let's see here, date of birth. DOB, and then what did they put? 1/21/96, 01/21/1996, and then hometown. I think he's Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn, NY. So yeah, if you have any questions while I'm doing this, let me know. But I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but I'm gonna do most of it. All right, so we have 4 of them. I think that's good enough for now. That could be actually smaller, probably like 5 on the top, 5 on the bottom. There we go. So if I preview it, that's so fun. All right, now we can, let's go ahead and put another data flex. Yeah, we're gonna put another data flex right there, and this one is actually gonna be like pretending that we have some icons for the bottom, but I'm just gonna be having filled blocks. So here's what I mean: icon, and we're just gonna put a background color to it. And the width is going to be, actually the height is going to be 5, but the width is going to be dictated by the flexbox. Ooh, that's not cool. Why is it growing? Interesting. Let's fix this, guys. Remove this, remove this, remove this. I guess I need to make a new line. So I'm going to leave that data flex. I'm going to remove that, actually. And let me see if I can put this here. We're going to call this icon row. Icon row. Make it flex. Call this icon. And yeah, so shouldn't it get smaller? There it goes. There we go. So it got smaller all in one row. And then to make it go away from each other, and set it to 5. And yeah, you have some sort of you have some sort of icon row. There we go. All right, cool. And now make it more kind of motion graphic-y like when you have a load action. And so what I'm going to do is this guy right here, we're going to give it a load action. So we're going to duplicate this guy, but the initial appearance isn't going to start out scaled. It's going to, let me remove that. It's going to start out from the right by, yeah, that's too much, 30 pixels. Okay, and then the load is going to wait 550 milliseconds, and then we're not going to scale it. We're going to move it to origin and set the opacity to 100. Okay, and so now we got that. And so when you create a load interaction, you want to make something look even more cool when it loads in, all you have to do is just repeat or duplicate the interaction. Now, as I do this, you'll notice it gets kind of monotonous. It's like the workflow is too much. And this is where Interactions 2.0 comes in, because you can chain events rather than having to always change the delay. Here's what I mean. So if I want this guy to come in after this guy, I have to duplicate it and here we go, change the weight from 550 to 575 because I'm going by 25s, right? Watch what happens. They kind of come in, they're supposed to come in at different times. Hold on. This one is at 550. This one is at 575. All right, we'll keep going. And so for this one, I want to do 600. And so I have to go like this, press the wrench, change this to 600. Done. And then do the same thing here. Duplicate. Change it to 625. And see how it's like, okay, this part is, you know, not fun, but you need to do it. It's still faster than real motion graphics, but still, as web designers, you know, we want to see it happen right away. So, oops, don't want load 6, want load 7. There we go. Change it to 650, and let's see what we got. There we go. Yep. And so for these icons, I just did the same thing. I duplicated, but instead of moving right for the initial appearance, I moved it down by 30. And then, just like I did before, 675. And then went here and duplicated that in 700. So you see how this works, okay? See those two boxes at the bottom? Yeah. So more and more, if you keep going with it, it becomes like kind of sci-fi-ish. But let me go to my finished product and let's build on top of that. Here we go. Darren says, going to leave now so I can watch this from the beginning later. But Nelson, thank you so much for the awesome videos. Catch you next week on time. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know in the YouTube comments. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, Joe. All right, so this is the one I showed you in the beginning of the stream. This one has icons and everything like that, but I want to take it even further. Okay, so if I show you, let me show you one of these. So I have all these loads, and so what I did was just duplicate. Okay, and that's why they're loading in different times. In Interactions 2.0, you would probably only have one of these guys, and it chains the whole thing. That is going to be fun. All right, it makes it even more fun. So here's the thing I'm talking about when it comes to going a step further. So in sci-fi UI, there's always something moving. As you see here, the only thing that moves is during the load interaction. But what if I want to make the bars move right here, right? And they're always moving. So you can loop your animations. So let's go here to bar wrapper. Let's see what's inside a bar wrapper. We have this right here. We have a bar, okay? And right now the width is set to 20%. What I can do is I can go to interactions, add a new one, and we're going to call this bar 20 because it's 20%, right? And the trigger will be another load, and then I'm going to wait for the assets to load. I'm going to wait, let's wait 1,200 milliseconds, okay? And then, actually no, sorry, let me back it up. No waiting, just start animating right away. So the transform, actually no, the width is going to be, say, we'll go to, make it subtle, 42%, right? And then new step, it goes back down to 20%. And then let's go to 34%. Random numbers coming out of my head. And then back down to 20%. And then done. And so I have a timeline animation, sorta, and I can loop it. If I preview, there you go. Press done, and let's see what it looks like. So it kind of makes it look like it's the UI is living with the background video. And here we go. We can do the same thing here. So what I can do is I can click on the bar and duplicate it. I'm going to rename it to, what is it? 75%. So I'm going to rename it to bar 75. And this one, just playing around with the numbers. We can go to 10, which is dramatic. Change this to 40. And that's too even. 43. Change this to 81. And then this one, 75. Let's see what that does. And so I'm just putting random numbers to make it look like it's living with the background video. And so there you go. It's kind of like motion graphics. Oh man, this is fun. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, we got time, right? Yeah, 60. Uh-oh. There we go. This one should be 60, so let's call this bar 60. And play around with the numbers. We'll start with 99. This one will go to picking a number 55 to 8. Can you imagine coding all this? Can you guys seriously, can you guys imagine coding all this? Ugh. Yes, that's so fun. And last one, last bar, let's do it. This one is set to 40. Okay, cool. So we'll start at 40. We'll go ahead and go to, let's make it more subtle. Let's go to 49, and then 29, and then lastly 40. And there we go. We got some animated bars going. They could be slowed down, but I mean, you know, it's all to your own preference how fast or slow you want the animations to run, if you want them to have any delays in between. But that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Play with Webflow. It's fun. Man. Yeah. Anyways, and I can go even further. Let's see here. What happens when this one loads because of this right here. This data bar does the whole loading thing. It does this thing. Cool. So when that happens, how about the bar wrapper? Give it an interaction called bar wrapper. That comes up, but the initial appearance of this is like 1%, right? And then a load, let's see here, you have to wait 1,500 milliseconds, and then after it loads it goes to 100%, and so it looks like this. Wait, and it oh, cool. Look at this, look, now it's like the video. Look, oh my god. Here, let me finish it so I can show you. Having too much fun. Okay, bar wrapper. Let's go ahead and duplicate that. Bar wrapper 2. So the load. So this waits. Let's add 25 milliseconds to that one. So it goes on another time. And this one does the same thing. Goes to 50. One more. Oh, no. I want to duplicate it. There we go. Edit that one. And this one is 1,000. There you go. All right, check this out. So fun! Now, when you know the basics of, if you haven't played around with Interactions 1.0 yet, get your head into it right now. There's a lot of documentation. If you just search, look here, help.webflow.com. If you guys search help.webflow.com for Interactions, the basics are there. Start building your knowledge on those 1.0 basics so that when 2.0 comes out, all of this just goes even faster. Like, by chaining events, it'll be crazy. Okay? Like, you can do stuff like this fast. See those bars, how they came out like that? Oh, man. Alright, so. Let me see if I can find that animation. Right here. Watch this. Watch the bars on the top right.
You were thinking during your isolation.
Sure, yeah. Well, I can do better.
Oh, they grew the other way. Interesting. Okay, I went from left to right. But, oh well. I mean, it's still fun.
Sure, yeah. Well, I can do better than that. I can tell.
Oh, so cool. So cool. Alright, here we go. Yeah. So there you go. There you guys go. Using flexbox, interaction, and basic CSS styles, you can achieve Hollywood-like sci-fi UI which is super awesome. Now, what I would love is Webflow VR. Because, again, my whole mission is to make an Iron Man HUD using Webflow. That would be fun. Alright. Yeah, that's not coming anytime soon. But it would be fun. So, hope you guys learned a thing or two. If you have any questions, or if you have any links of sites that you're working on right now on Webflow, put it on the live chat. Let's get at it. Let me see what you guys are working on. Yeah. And while you guys are doing that, I'm just gonna see here. What else can I do? The bars are moving. Let's see here. Oh yeah, let me give you guys I'm going to showcase my site. It's going to be Martian. Yes, you can clone. There we go. Right there. Martian right there. And also, here's the read-only link. Bam. Motion graphics with Webflow. Pretty cool. Hello, Voss. Welcome. Hello, keep going. I am going. And if you haven't seen the Interactions 2.0 page yet, Interactions 2.0 Webflow. Where are you at? There you are. Here's the link for this. Yeah, this one's coming soon. Big props to Ryan, one of our new designers in the team. He designed this. So cool. We're gonna have parallax scrolling. Everyone's been asking for that. And like I always tell people, with great power comes great responsibility. Do not overuse these interactions. Okay? Like for the Martian, right here, everything is subtle. It's not taking away from the subject matter, which is the background video. Okay? It's only adding to it. So if you're using parallax scrolling, I've seen it misused, and in this context, the parallax scrolling is explaining this part of our product, okay, part of our platform. And then it doesn't parallax scroll anymore. There's nothing else that parallax scroll. This one has mouse movement, but it doesn't happen on the whole page, you know? You want to make it, yeah, Vass said less is more. Exactly. All right? This is what I'm talking about. Chaining events. See how many interactions are happening here? A lot. So imagine if I had to do that in 1.0, I would have to set every little thing. This one, you can set it even by the timing. You don't have to play around with the delays. Oh, that's going to be so much fun. Yeah, so if you haven't signed up yet, go for it. Go for it. Quick question, is there an ETA on the Webflow expert section? Not yet. I'm asking because I really missed that hire me button. Let me tell the team. I'll get back to you on that one. I don't have an ETA. As with everything, we don't have ETAs. We just know that we're working on it, and whenever we put an announcement out, we're getting closer to finishing it. Okay? Again, we only focus on producing quality work, not the quantity of it. Okay? So we're gonna get that to you. I promise. But I'll let you. I'll see if I can get an answer for you on the forums. Malton Wolf, haven't seen you in this chat room. Welcome if you're new. Hi Nelson, thank you. Really enjoy your videos. Thank you. Found Webflow 2 days ago. Yay! And did this today. Not much, but like your comments. I love that Webflows opened up for me. Yes, yes. Our Walker have to go. We'll review what I missed later. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, R Walker. Come back next week. And yeah, build some awesome stuff. All right, Molten Wolf, what you got? Fellows.webflow.io. Here we go. Design Your Life, a meditation on the alchemical balancing and synthesis of life's experiences. Huh. I like this right here. I don't know how I feel about this space at the top where this top line isn't lining up with the top line of this text. Maybe line them up, unless that's your design choice, which, you know, go for it. Okay, it's a good start. I like it. Keep going. Is there a texture in the background, or is that the dust on my screen? Oh, it's the dust on my screen. Yeah. Is it? Yeah, it's dust on my screen. All right. Really good, really good. I like the type you picked. This one right here, I think this type could match with this. How this is sans serif, and this is serif. Maybe you can do that here too. Make this sans serif. Okay. Type pairing. Andrified. Hi Nelson, I'm new to Webflow. Welcome to the community. Yay, a lot of new people today. Nice. And I absolutely love it. I just did a redesign of my personal site and was wondering if you could take a look at it. Of course, Andrew Jennings. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Okay, cool. All right. So your logo, your logo going on top of the laptop. And so when it comes to logos, you want to make them as simple as possible. Notice how this icon of a laptop has a lot of detail, especially for the mouse tracking pad and the keyboard. If you can find a different icon to explain a laptop with just lines, that makes it even more understandable, because right now there's a lot of things happening with this logo. This W is crashing into the laptop as well as this, and so the W and the J kind of get lost. Okay. The orange is very bright. That's awesome. But sometimes it's like it could be too bright, and so maybe the orange could be used on just the buttons rather than a whole bar. But when it comes to portfolio sites, it's a great start, but like I said in my past workshops, if you haven't seen them yet, focus on your story, not on what you're trying to tell people that you do. Don't sell your services. Tell your story. You are a human. You're not a robot. You want to tell people why you love web design. See, I think your story starts here a little bit. You might want to break that out even more. Let's see here. Webflow.com/workshops. Oh, it's gonna. No, don't play. Pause. Okay, there we go. What should I have in my portfolio? There we go. So last week's workshop, they talk about this. Don't be a robot. Show people who you are. Okay? Great examples in that workshop right there. Okay? So check that link out. And yeah. Moving on. Keep going. Travlove or Travel Love? Probably Travel Love. Yep, Travel Love. Okay, they put the L's. Okay. Nice. Okay. Hold on, let me take this in. I like it. I guess the speed kind of got me off guard a little bit, but the more I watch it, the more I'm like, okay, that's fine. Yeah. Nice, nice. I like it. Good hovers. And so, see, Andrew, how this one has a orange color. Orange is part of the logo, but it's only used sparingly because it's such a bright color. And so you still understand that orange is part of their brand, but it's not used as a full bar. Okay? So be subtle with your colors. This is nice. Okay, now I'm feeling this one. That's cool. So you have like a black overlay that goes away a little bit and it pushes up. This is nice. I like the type, how it has lines at the top and bottom. The where do you want to go kind of gets lost a bit, so maybe a background color bar here. And it doesn't have to be a solid color. Maybe it can be blue like this where it's transparent a little. So this text is what I'm talking about. It kind of gets lost. This is nice. Nice little tag at the top. Great job. Discover more. Okay, a fixed background. Video. Nice. I'm loving it. Nice cards. This is probably flexbox. Proud of you. Oh, that's cool. Okay, we're getting overlays. I haven't seen this in a while. This is nice. And they're copying the same interactions as the one at the top. So is this going to be a template that you're selling, or this is a real site? Because this is pretty. Oh, wait, hold on. How come? Oh, okay. That was weird. Wow. This is nice. Great job. Yeah, nothing much to say. It works. Good job. All right. Keep going. See what I did there? Anyways. Template, it was rejected. Ah, okay. I wonder why it was rejected. So I'm not the one who approves and denies templates, but you know, just keep going. Sometimes it takes a while to get that first template in, but once your template is accepted into the marketplace, it becomes easier and easier for you to get more templates into the marketplace and sell them. And if you're not familiar with our template marketplace, just go to webflow.com/templates and you'll see all the templates that you can buy. And if you want to sell some, at the very bottom of that page is instructions on how to get started and, you know, make some passive income. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, you have another one. Fashion latte. So, coffee and threads. A lifestyle and fashion blog website template for your needs. Okay. Ooh, that's different. I like. Yes, I was wondering. Okay, everything's black and white. There has to be a color if I hover. And sure enough, it does. Good job. Fashion latte. Maybe you can play around with the type. This just, for fashion, can be a bit different. But I like this. So when it comes to fashion, people like to just look at pictures. And so this totally makes sense. I love it. I like the menu button. How it comes out right here, the top left. It's a lot of black and white. Maybe you can have one color that stands out. Maybe a red. Well, try purple. Yeah. Have the purple come out. And so right here, instead of a black box, maybe a purple box. Okay, a purple background color. Because I didn't notice that until I scrolled down multiple times, up and down. I was like, where's the menu button? and usually it's the top left or top right, but here's the top left. So, and maybe this can be a background color of purple too, so make it come out more. Okay. Oh, here we go. Nice. Keep going. I like this. I like this. All right. Anyone else working on something? Anyone else have any questions? Seems like a fast one. But as I'm waiting for more links and more questions, I want to tell you guys, Hudson GUIs. I refer to it a lot because, you know, it's just a fun place to find inspiration. So inspiration doesn't always have to come from other websites. What I mean, other web designs or something like that you see on, say, Dribble or the awards or CSS awards or stuff like that. Look for inspiration from other mediums, whether it be fine art, movies, TV commercials, packaging, nature, you know? Just find things that is different and experiment with that in Webflow and see what you can learn. Because that's what's going to help you progress. When you do something that's off the wall crazy and then people are like, oh, that's dumb. Why would you ever make that on a website? Maybe you're just thinking too far ahead, but you can still tone it down a bit and use what you've already learned for your current project. And then later on, take baby steps to get to that one fantastical idea. Because remember, back then, in the 90s, web design was all about Flash intros, and that was crazy. And yet people thought that was the greatest thing ever. Flash intros left and right. Oh, let's make craziness happen. Yeah. Let me find something on reddit.com/r/webdesign. There was something I saw over the weekend. I was like, oh my god, that's so true. Where are you? Oh, if I can't find it. It was a YouTube video. It was like, this is the best. This used to be the best design. It was a Flash intro. And I kind of want to redo it in Webflow. Am I not finding it? No. Hold on. I'm going to look slower. No. Okay, one more time. No. Can't find it. It was funny. It was a YouTube video of a Flash intro, and I was like, man, that used to be the greatest thing ever. Okay, here's something I had my brother make. He isn't very technical, but has an eye for design. What do you think? All right, let me get to that one. Hold on. Michael, I can't believe that got rejected. Keep going. I'm sure the next one will be approved. I really like it. Yeah. So, you can, ask the team. Email them back and ask, okay, what can I improve upon? And yeah. They'll help you out. Because we want people to be approved. It's not like we're, trying to be bad and like, no, you can't have your site. You can't have your template in a marketplace. No, we want to encourage you guys to produce quality stuff. Okay, 3D carbon fiber 3D printing, premium 3D. Okay, cool. Lots of textures happening. Immediately, I have 3 textures going all at the same time. This right here, this bar, and this right here. It's very distracting when you have more than one texture because it just feels loud to the eyes. Okay? So you might want to tone that back a bit. Okay. Great start so far. Look at this guy right here. He's crashing into the form, so you might want to fix that a bit. And if you want to play around, if you have a video, a background video would help. So just like this, how this is a background video, I showed you in the beginning of this live stream. You just drag in a background video and upload it, and it's done. Okay. So play around with that. Remember, less is more. You don't want to overexcite the eyes. You know, it's just too much happening right now. So tone it back a bit. Also, you have a space right here between the top bar and this type right here, whereas this one, there's no space, probably like a 1 pixel space between the bottom bar and this text right here. So you might want to fix that as well. Okay, good start so far. Keep going. It takes a while to get used to these design styles, but you'll get it. You'll get it. Okay. Yeah, anything else? Whoa. Here's a challenge. Someone make this in Flexbox. That would be cool. Andrew, you're a great guy, Nelson. Thanks for the reviews. I will get started on my personal website and we'll have my brother work on this. Yeah, go for it. Take your time and keep asking the community for help, because that's what we're here for. Everyone loves to teach, because when we teach each other, we just grow as a community. Okay? No one's here to put anyone down, because I wish I can show you guys my first website on GeoCities back in 93? 93? Yeah, back in 1993, GeoCities, my first site, animated GIFs everywhere. I had a horizontal rule GIF of lemmings, right? That old game Lemmings, and they're just walking across the screen. And then I would have a row of text, and then right below that I would have a running dog animated GIF. Everything was just GIFs everywhere. It made no sense. So don't be scared to ask for tips, because we're all here to help, and we all had to start by crawling first. Okay. Aaron, welcome back. I have my first e-commerce website I'm working on. Yes, e-commerce. Let's go look at it. Let's do it. Okay. I like the colors so far, but text on text, it was kind of distracting. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking at first, because I have this going on top of the product, and this is hitting, this text is hitting this girl's head right here. You have you have 3 different types of fonts here, and then a 4th different type of font here on the nav bar. So again, less is more. You want to push it back. Aaron says, yeah, that wasn't my image, the client changed it. Okay, so you want to make sure that your client understands what's happening, because if you give your clients ability to change images on the fly and it ruins the look of the site, it's not really helping them. And so you want to help your clients out and explain to them how they can be hurting their site rather than helping if they start uploading stuff like this, because so much is happening and it's like, what am I supposed to be doing? Okay, so yeah, handling clients, that's a whole different topic. That's a whole different workshop that maybe we'll get into. All right, moving down. Now I can see that this is your layout. Okay, I'm feeling this. This is awesome. Okay. Good hovers. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we got tabs. Yep, we got tabs. All right, so what are you using? I'm gonna guess. What are you using? Okay, there's no buy button here. Okay, so let's go to 1. Oh, interesting. I like this curve right here. So this gradient, I would I don't know. It's just personal opinion, and again, design is all subjective. In my opinion, flat instead of gradients does better. But, that's just me. Let's see here. Can I buy one? Here we go. Foxy Cart. That's what I thought. Good job. Good job. Good job. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, these images are really ruining it for me. And I know it's your clients that's doing this, but... is that Comic Sans? Oh, no. I hope it's not. Wait. No, it's the same thing as this, but it kind of looks like Comic Sans. Just too many things. Wait. That P right here versus the P right here. It is Comic Sans. No! No. Oh well. You can only do so much, right? But hey, it's set up, and if this is what they want, so be it. I mean, you can only help your clients so much. Details. Oh, cool. You have a photo gallery. Nice. Okay, these are tabs. Nice. Great job. This... Lots of purples happening right now. I would keep that off-white or a little grayish, because it's just so many purple happening right now. Yeah, good job. All right, let's go. Last one. We got some questions here. Do you have any tutorials on designing elements and styling images for web? For example, icon fonts versus SVG fonts. Do we style icons, image in Webflow, or should be done in assets? Michael answered the question. Flat icon or icon moon. These are sites that can convert your SVG images into actual fonts that you can upload into Webflow, and you can style them inside of Webflow as if they were a font, So you would just go to typography and mess around. So for example, right here, these are fonts down here from Font Awesome. Okay, so I uploaded the whole font package, and if I want to change the color a bit, let's make it orange right there, so I can change them as if they were a font. So it makes it so much easier. Okay, and I can play around with the size or not. So yeah. Thank you, Michael, for the suggestion. Okay, it was great watching you, Nelson. I have to go. Thank you, Andrew. Foxy Cart, yay, Foxy Cart. Is it possible to add texture to buttons and icons within Webflow? Yes, you can do background images to any element on your site. So if, say for example, this data box was a button, basically, you can just go here to background. So add a background image. Let me just add a grid for some reason. And then there we go. It has a texture. Okay. So let's remove that. All right. Yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, it's 11:04. That's all the time I have for this week. Regular sign-offs. Let's do this. Thank you all for watching and being fans of Webflow. Love you guys so much. If you have any account, billing, or technical issues, hit us up at support@webflow.com. We'll reply back as soon as we can. If you want to get in touch with us through social media, twitter.com/webflowapp, or hit me up at webflow_Nelson or at the Pixel Geek. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/webflow. What else? The wonderful community. The people in the live chat room are also on forum.webflow.com. A huge global community, growing with helpful people. And the moderators in the live chat room right now help me out in making sure everyone has a great time, being helpful, and just showing what they're working on. We all love this industry. It's a weird, crazy industry, and having friends help you out is priceless. And so that's why I love the forums. That's where I started with Webflow. And if you're just starting with Webflow 2, forum.webflow.com. I can't recommend it enough. This stream happens every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I will be back next week with a new topic. If you guys have any suggestions for a topic, let me know in the comments below or on forum.webflow.com. And as always, make the web beautiful. Love you guys. See you next week.